Okay, Baruch Shechiyanu, V'kiyamanu, V'giyanu, Lazman Hazeh, to the finish of Masechtas Moed Katan, sponsored by Israel Fisher, Le'ilui Nishmas Basi Bas Rabit, Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruben, who's also sponsoring with kindness Masechtas Chagiga, also Le'ilui Nishmas Yaakov Moshe ben Zev, L'Refu Shlema for Eliyahu Moshe ben Chayesar, and the schus of the family of Avram ben Yamin Beinish ben Malke Yehudis, by Yol Klugman and family, and L'Refu Shlema for my Shver Avigdor Aryeh ben Rivka, and Meir ben Chayesar. And we also want to learn Le'ilui Nishmas, our chaver of our Aguda here, who passed away today, Shol ben Tuvia Goldstein. His neshama should have an aliyah. So the Mishnah tells us, Mishnah Tes, B'roshei Chadashim b'Chanukah u'b'Purim, on Rosh Chodesh, Chanukah and Purim. That's a lesser level than Chol HaMoed. In a case of a death, Ma'anois u'metapchos b'zeh u'b'zeh, women could be ma'anos, they could lament all in unison, and they could clap or hit their thighs together, and stop. Ma'anos and metapchos, they could lament and clap their thighs. However, bezeh, both on Chol HaMoed and on Rosh Chodesh, Chanukah, and Purim, loy mikainanais. They can't do it in a chorus fashion, that one woman calls it out and they answer afterwards. That's more mournful, and that's not allowed. Nikvar Ameis, once the deceased is buried, they can't even do the lament in unison, they can't even clap their hands or beat their thighs in grief. Now, we said the terminology ma'anois and mekainanois. What are those two terms? Ezel inui is like I told you that they all say it in unison. Shekulan oinois ke'echas. Kina, a lament, is sha'achas medaberes. There's a leader, and they say it like when we do Tilim. There's a leader that says Shir Lamalos, and then everybody answers in response. That's more mournful. Kina she'achas medaberes is a leader that starts the lament. V'kulan oinois achareha, and the others then chime in after her. Shenemar v'lameidna b'noseichem nehi, and they will teach. You will teach your daughters to lament. Ve'eser ve'isha re'usa kina, and a woman will say to her friend the lament. That means that a kina is where it's led by one woman, and then the friends answer in response. Now, since we want to end the Masechta in a good way, in the future, when Hashem brings the Mashiach, b'mher v'yameinu, bila hamavis lanetzach, Hashem will swallow death forever. U'mocha Hashem alikim dima, and Hashem will remove the tear me'al kol ponim, from everyone's face. Hadron lach Moed Katan, hadron lach Moed Katan, hadron lach Moed Katan. Baruch shechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'giyanu lazman hazeh, to the start of Masechtas Chagiga. Chagiga, which talks about Yom Tov, we know that on Yom Tov there's a mitzvah of Aliyah L'Regel. We should be zeicher to do it all in our lifetimes. And Aliyah L'Regel, it says, Yeroeh kol zechurcha. It's a mitzvah for males. So therefore, Hakol chayovin b're'iyah, everybody is chayiv to appear before Hashem by the Beis HaMikdash 3 times a year. Chutz mecherish, a deaf mute who's pater mitzvah, shaita is also pater, an imbecile, v'katan, and a minor that didn't reach the age of chinuch. V'tumtum, since the pasuk says zechurcha, it has to be a clear male. A tumtum whose genitals are covered by a skin, and we don't know if he's a male or not. V'androgynous, an androgynous who is has the simonim of both a male and a female, so it's not a pure male. V'noshim, women, obviously not a male. V'avodim she'enim mushuchrarim, and Eved Kanani that's not emancipated, even if it's not fully emancipated, it's a Chatzi Eved, Chatzi Ben Chayrin, but since we learn out that the Eved Kanani has mitzvahs only like a woman, la me'isha, so is pater from aliyah l'regel. Chagiga, one who is lame, because it says you have to be able to go up by regel. We dashin ole regel, regalim, shalosh regalim. They have to be able to go up by foot. The lame person can't do that. Vasuma, because we dashin, it says leira'is, and we dashin that you have to be able to see, not only to appear, but to be able to see, and a suma can't see. V'achayla, a sick person can't go up on their own steam. V'azaken, nor an old person. Or even umisha eini yochel lalois beraglav. Even if somebody is just spoiled and not able to go up because they're not able to travel, they're too delicate, or they have, since you have to be barefoot in the Azara, and they can't walk barefoot, they're too delicate to walk barefoot, they're potter. Now we said that a cotton is potter. Obviously, if the cotton reached the age of chinuch, it's not going to be potter. So ezel cotton, kol she'eino yochel lirkov al kseifav shel aviv, if he's not able to ride on the shoulders of his father, v'lalois miYerushalayim la'arbayis, to get from Yerushalayim to Temple Mount, which is a little bit lav dafka because it has to be to the Azara. But if he's not able to, he doesn't have the zitzfleish to sit on his father's shoulders, piggyback on his father to go, then he is potter. Divrei Beis Shammai. That's the opinion of Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel says it's not enough to go on his father's shoulders. You only mechayiv to be mechanech a child to do the mitzvah the way he would do it when he is an adult. And therefore, Beis Hillel, kol she'eini yochel lechaz b'yadoi shel aviv, if he can't hold on to his father's hand, v'lalois miYerushalayim la'arbayis, he can't walk by foot, then he is exempt. Shenema shalosh regalim, and we dashin, you have to go by foot. And you're only chayiv to be mechanech a child to do the mitzvah the way he will do it when he becomes an adult. And therefore he has to be able to walk holding his father. Same idea, by the way, it's an interesting shaila that they ask. When Tisha B'Av falls out on Sunday, on Shabbos, and it's pushed off to Sunday, should we have children do Havdalah before they eat Matzah Shabbos? And the answer is no. Because since the child will not do that when he grows up, because he'll be fasting, so there's no inyan to be mechanech a child in something which he will not have to do when he grows up. Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky also said they wanted to know if they should lower the mezuzah on a door that has of a kindergarten class. Of course, there has to be a kosher mezuzah, but maybe you should put even a fake mezuzah lower down so the children could kiss it when they leave the room. And Rabbi Yaakov says there's no inyan. We're not mechanech children to do things that they're not going to do when they're an adult. The idea of chinuch is to initiate, to do it the right way. Rabbi say it's really a pleasure, and everybody should have a good Shabbos. We're looking for a sponsor for Noach. I don't know why, from the wild blue yonder of TorahAnytime.com, of YouTube, of Kol HaLashon, why we're only getting sponsors from our own inner circle, which I'm very appreciative of, but we can't put the weight on just our group. So please, 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful Shabbos.